Welcome to a graphics and branding lesson. I've given you the task of making a brand for a new product line for Cadbury. Your task is Cadbury have made a new chocolate bar. It is a limited edition strawberry and banana flavour, which may not taste nice, but it's almost irrelevant. You are looking at packaging it and selling it. You're not looking necessarily at the taste. And effectively, I've set this as if you are a designer working for a client, Cadbury being your client, and you have to keep your options open. It doesn't matter what you think in terms of what I think the best design is. This one that I'm going to draw on the page, it's kind of irrelevant. It is, you do a range of options, and then Cadbury themselves would ultimately select a product that fits into their existing product line. So I've got this up on the page here because what you would do as a designer before taking part in a task like this, if you were working in industry, you would look at the existing products on the market by the company. You would look at the history of the company. So I do this in class where I look at how the packaging has changed and stayed the same. Okay, so what has changed, what has stayed the same throughout the years, and then we look at an existing one. I chose there just fruit and nut just because you get to see the different use of almost like the little fruit and nut logo throughout the years as well. And the logo is really important actually for Cadbury. They make a point of having a different type of logo that represents each one of their dairy milk brands. Okay, so your first step would be to research the history of the company, their branding, their overall aesthetic, their colour scheme. Obviously, we know Cadbury purple has always featured prominently. Then I would take us to the modern day products, what's currently on the shop shelves. So some of these are limited edition, and I think are from different maybe countries, not necessarily ones in the UK, that they do lots and lots of limited edition ones. But see what's out there. And then once we've done that, we would then have an inspiration page. So I ask students to look at lots of different strawberry and banana pictures online. So existing ones, and I just say, paste it, copy and paste them into a PowerPoint, print them off, and then we have this as an inspiration, to work with. So our next step is to draw a page that is, and I'm going to keep saying it, is keeping our options open. We are at all times thinking, I don't know what my final product's going to look like. I don't know what my packet, I don't want to make a decision that it's going to look like this. I just want to draw different components. I want basically a shape safari page or a mood board that gives an overall theme and an overall look. So I take some of these designs and I'm just going to start sketching. The only thing I've done in advance, just to save time, is rather than write up the dairy milk logo a couple of times, I've drawn it. Okay, but I would imagine, I need to look at different components. So I need to think to myself, well, there's probably going to be some sort of logo in this general area. And I've drawn these arrows because if you look at dairy milk, it's swoosh. It's got a general swoosh or a flow to it. Okay, so I've tried to, and that has been throughout the product line. So I've tried to kind of mimic that, and let's see if I just draw that in, and then perhaps if I put a banana shape like this. I'm going to draw these really quickly. And full disclosure, I have actually drawn this page out. I've finalised this page, but I'm just going to draw for a little bit, just to kind of give an overall sense of what you would do for your project, okay? So, and I probably would, have text here. I would have banana and strawberry. I'm not worrying at this point too much on font and overall look. I'm just saying, would that fit in, okay, that general curve? And I might want to, apply some colour, like so. Okay, and I'd apply other colour there. But I'm going to also have a look at, when I think of the overall banana shape, I could have it, still before it's been peeled, or I could draw it almost as if it's already been chopped. I'll do that so you've got that inside, and maybe I'll do the separate segments. You tend to see that quite a lot actually on that cereal boxes. I don't know, something like that perhaps. And really important, annotate as you're going along, okay? In design technology, what we want to see is your thought process, your overall design process, okay? So I'm going to apply some colour. And you might not want to apply colour to the whole item. You might just want to apply it to something like the top and then blend it like that. And then I've just, I don't know, perhaps put colour like that. And again, I'm not thinking at this point, this would be a good logo or good to use. I'm literally keeping my options. I'm really not thinking too much at all. I'm just going to draw, make use of the space. The other thing I like to say is use all of the white space available. It's no good presenting a page that has big gaps here, over here. Try and maximize what you have on your page. Draw a banana out here. Something like this. I'm actually pressing quite heavily on the page there. I'm doing it because so that it will pick up nicely on the camera, but I would suggest draw lightly to begin with, and then you can always go over your shapes afterwards. Now, you'd imagine that the inside of a banana here would be quite a light yellow. This would be darker, wouldn't it? It tends to be the peel, the banana peel, is darker, so you can just very subtly make that known, make that the case. And you'd expect this part here to be darker because it'd be a shadow, wouldn't it? It'd be so something like that. You can be drawing along at the same time as me. Have this on a screen and have a piece of paper in front of you and have your designs that you've used out in front of you as well. And maybe I'll combine a strawberry with that. So I'll put a strawberry behind this. And do the little indentations you'll get on a strawberry. Something like this. I've kind of made it a bit cartoony, to be honest, but you would expect that, wouldn't you? You're a candy or a chocolate-based product. It wouldn't be unusual to have cartoon type designs on your packaging. And I'm blending that. And you would have some green. Now you notice I'm using obviously predominantly red and yellow, which you would expect with strawberry and banana. I think I've said this previously, but you've got to be careful because obviously Cadbury's cream egg is red and yellow, and you don't want to have your product, any confusion with your product. You don't want it to seem like it's a Cadbury's cream egg dairy milk bar, although that might taste nice actually. You want to make it very clear that this is a new product line. And because I'm using green, obviously when you think of fruit, green would be one of the colours, so you could include some green elements into your logos, like so. So, what else? So I've done that. Maybe I'll have a go at doing fonts now. Or I could do, yeah, let's do fonts. So I could, not thinking about it too much, and what I would actually suggest you do is you can just type literally into Google, interesting fonts, and come up with a range. But I'm just going to do these off the top of my head. Okay. Like that. You could have one that is more like a handwriting. And it's quite playful, isn't it? Have something like that. Okay. And probably I would have a go at this one again, and I would adapt it I'm going to not do this because I'll show you what I've actually done for time. You could have a design where you put your piece of fruit and then you write your logo, not logo really, the word, I guess it is a logo, inside. B might be tough to fit in. Could have something like that, I don't know. What else could we do? You could have a little cartoon character. So I might do them down here. So could be, I do banana, I'm just going to check, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to do a banana peel. Like so. And I could have it, it's almost like a banana peel on a little cartoon head, and the cartoon head could be a strawberry. Doesn't mean I'm going to use this, and it could be that I really like this, but you take it to you're the designer, you take it to the client, and the client hates it, and then the term going back to the drawing board would absolutely be relevant in that case, because you know, so as I'm saying, whereas in previous years you've mainly been designing for yourself, you've got to kind of think like a designer now and think, okay, well, it's not really about me, it's about what would others, or what would the person, and I've done the research, so I know the types of things they like, what would they like, and what, you know, how can I best help them? At the end of the day, it's like it is a job, isn't it? It's a job, and you are working for them to their brief. Something like that. That could be almost like green hair, perhaps. And then a bit of yellow, like so. What time we got on this? Okay, 12 minutes. I'll probably stop there. So, full disclosure, as I say, and I photocopied this. I've already done this. Now, you can see I was literally kind of replicating what I've done before. But just to kind of talk through my thought process. So I had a go at the logo. I had a go at the glass and a half logo. Features prominently on the dairy milk product. So I made sure I included examples of that. Some are more successful than others. This, I said, you know, I've adapted the colours, but could it be confusing? It's obviously, at the end of the day, it's meant to be milk. And then I've done almost like a fruit machine motif here, but again, not sure. I drew it. I quite like it as a sketch, but I don't think it fits in with the product line. I've had a go at different fonts. You can see I modified that one. Okay, I said here, but this might become a little bit hard to read, so I've made the writing a little bit more chunky. I've said that that's more playful. I've tried that logo that I made, which I've got there, and I've coloured in. I've said, what if I combine it? So I did a whole range of different banana logos. I did some strawberry logos, and then I combined them together. I took from my inspiration page where there was groups of strawberries and bananas together, and I worked and I did drawings that kind of replicated that. I tried to do ideas where maybe a banana would wrap around the strawberry, and I did one where I combined the colour scheme. That actually came from an idea where I drew, and I literally, you could see my thought process, looks like hair, and then I transferred it over and I said, look, cartoon face. I also did look at the different types of layouts, but at this point I was keeping my options open, okay? That really is your next step. You don't really need to do this so much until the week after. This is more just a general inspiration page with lots and lots of different ideas, anything that springs to mind. So I want you guys to give it a go. As I say, please annotate, too similar to cream egg, symmetrical. If I draw a line down the middle, I talk about symmetry quite a lot in my lessons. You know, is this hard to read? Has this been done before? I quite like that. Too spiky almost. So you can see, you may know, okay, I like that. Well, why do you like it? Well, I do. Okay, well, I need to know why. So just explain your design process as you are going along. It doesn't need to be a novel. You just need to write little elements. Looks healthy. Of course, it wouldn't be if it's chocolate, but I'm just saying, you know, it's conveying a sort of message, isn't it? So explain your thought process, nice use of colour, nice and, you know, render carefully and delicately. You can kind of blend from dark to light. Okay, you can try and add texture. But I want you guys to give it a go, see what you can come up with, and then next week we are going to look at how we would get a logo and general brand onto our label. But don't worry about this stage. I don't want a page of drawn final labels. I want an inspiration page of ideas where we haven't made our mind up on any of them yet. Okay, give it a go, and I'll speak to you again soon.